Well, all right, guys, welcome back to another video. Oh, what the heck we got coming here? Oh, that sounded all right. Anyway, welcome back to another video. This is the one I've been waiting on, man. We are starting on Michael's truck today. I am super excited about that. That is going to be a full chassis swap, kind of like Lincoln over there, you know. This one, except this one's the Grand Marquis, so we'll call this one Grand Marquis. So it's going to have the full interior from the Grand Marquis, the dash, floorboard, firewall, everything. This floorboard right here is pretty rotted out, as you can see. I don't know if you can see that. Actually, they've covered it up with something, but over here on the other side, we'll step around and show you. All right, right there, you can see she is all rotted out, and it's just rough, man. So we're going to cut that whole floorboard out, and we're going to slap that sucker on this Grand Marquis over here. Let's run over here and show you guys what we're working with. All right, we got the Crown Vic scrapyard out here. They're just sitting out here looking terrible. This one had a dang tree fall on it, and I don't know what happened to the rear end, but something's hit the rear end, and it's like twisted and jerked around. You can see that side right there is poked out a little bit, and tie rod is broken on that wheel over there, so that wheel just flops around while you're trying to move it. Man, that thing was hell to get off the trailer. Then we got this one over here. We got that one pretty cheap. But this is the one we're using for Michael's truck right here. I can't remember the year on this thing, but I think it was maybe like an 05 Mercury Grand Marquis. Those gold rims are awesome. We're going to try to use those. Not 100% sure if they're going to work out for us, but we're going to try to use those. This thing has been sitting here for a couple months. I am way behind on this, and I'm sorry, Michael. We're going to try to get this thing knocked out for you quick, buddy. So let's see if this thing will even fire back up for us. And squeeze up in here, man. This thing tight. Think she's going to fire up? Oh, yeah. Battery sounds good. No, it don't. It sounds dead. But you know what he told me? That it wouldn't start in park. But it sounded to me like it would start in park just fine. You hear that starter clicking? So it sounds like it would. Try to start. Huh. Let's go get the battery jumper. All right, we got the jumper. This battery don't look old. It says 624 up in there, so it ain't that old. But it's been sitting for a while, not started. It's been real cold out, so I bet we'll throw that sucker on charge, and should be fresh in a day or so. All right, let's try to fire it up now. Oh, okay. I remember what he was saying. I don't know if you guys can see, man, because that thing's sun is being crazy as heck. But it wouldn't, if you started it in park, you couldn't get it out of park. So you have to turn the key back. All right, so I think you had what is the dang trick here? All right, so I think the trick was you had to turn the key forward, put it in neutral, and then from neutral, you could go to drive, reverse, all gears. But as soon as you put it back in the park, it would get locked in the park. I'm sure we'll get that figured out, but we got it in neutral. She still ain't wanting to fire up, but it's been here a while. Hell, some gun could be out of gas for all I know. Let's give her a couple tries. All right, so I've been out here fiddling with this thing. I've come to the conclusion that I think the fuel pump's gone bad in this thing. She won't fire off unless I hit it with a little bit of brake cleaner up in there. You hit it with that, she'll fire right up until it runs out and then it dies. So we may have to use the easy tow and pull this son of a gun up into the shop and change out that fuel pump first. Let's see, let's give her one more try. All right, this is after a little bit of that brake cleaner in there. So I think the fuel pump, man, and I don't hear it priming whenever you turn the key. So I bet that's what it is. Well, all right, first project for the project is we got to get this thing running first. So I guess we'll get that hooked up to the easy tow and pull it on into the shop. All right, so I just called up AutoZone and they have one of these fuel pumps in stock. If we change out just the pump, it's only 50 bucks. So that's not that bad. That's what we're going to try to do. Get in to back this thing on up and we'll get her hooked up. Come on up a little bit, baby. Come on. Keep on coming. Don't be scared. Don't be scared. All right. Think we can rip the bumper off this thing? You want to? You sure you don't want to be the one that drives the golf cart and just pulls it straight forward out? You drive the golf cart? All right, go ahead and pull forward a little bit. We'll see how it goes on its own. Go ahead, go ahead. You got her, you got her. Hell yeah, baby. Hell yeah. All right, whoa, 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 whoa. Take it easy, buddy. Take it easy. All right, come on. This car. We just don't want them to smash into each other. Go ahead and pull it, baby. I got it turned. It's going to go past it. Oh, lovely. Lovely. Go ahead and take on with her. Yeah, we rolling, baby. All right, go ahead. All right, Ian's pulling us up in the shop now. Look at him representing there with that F100 garage shirt on. Nice shirt, buddy. Pulling us nice and smooth on up in there. Now gun it. You gotta let us roll back some and then go full speed. And go. There she goes. You have to keep on going, keep on going. Let me get these back wheels up. Keep going, baby. All right, we're about there. I think we're in. I think we're in. Let's see. We'll have to push it in. Oh, yeah, the back wheels came in all the way. Okay, we made it most of the way up in the shop. Oh, dang. There's AutoZone rolling up with some parts. That's our fuel pump, actually. Dang, that was quick as heck, man. All right, let's go grab that. Heck yeah, man. Jay saved the day with that fuel pump. We'll set that right up here. We're going to have to get the car up in here and pull that one out and replace it. But let's go ahead and get this golf cart out the rest of the way. So Michael said whenever he had this car that he had a rough time getting it to start from time to time if it would sit for a minute. So I'm hoping that fuel pump's our issue. Like I said, I don't hear it priming at all whenever you turn the key. In fact, before we change it out, I'm about to have Ian come in here and turn that key while I sit under it and see if I hear it. All right, let's try to get this thing out of here. Oh, sheesh. Oh, yeah, man, no problem. Okay, let's push this baby on in the rest of the way. Hell, not like that. Better put that thing in neutral, I guess. All right, so go again. Yeah, that's much better. Now, these rims are slick as heck. I hope those work out for the truck. It'll look really cool if so. Oh, man, I'm so glad that didn't shut all the way. Let's see. I'm going to get you to reach in there and turn that key, and I'm going to see if I hear this fuel pump prime. Don't turn the key just yet. Let me get this battery all hooked up. Okay, turn the key forward. Yeah. I heard it prime, I think. Yeah. Yeah, pump the gas a little. Try again. Turn it off. I think I heard that fuel pump prime. If so, that's not going to be our problem. Let's give it a second. I'm going to listen under there again. I'm almost positive I heard it prime. Let's run the check engine light on it and see what it says. Here you go. Plug this in. See what that thing says. Turn the key off for just a second. I want to hear that fuel pump prime. Yeah, just turn her back for a minute. It's dinging because it's in neutral. I think it's like right down in here. I've actually never messed with one of these. This is no one. I usually do some of the newer ones. Oh, I see it. It's up in here. Let me see it. I'll plug it in for you. Okay, that won't work yet until you turn the key on, but don't turn the key on yet because I want to hear this pump. All right, let's climb under here and listen and see if we can hear this thing prime. Okay, turn the key. It didn't prime that time. Oh, yeah, I heard it. I don't know if it's like, I hear it making like a little buzz. Okay, so to start, I went ahead and disconnected this, this little tip over switch or whatever in the trunk. This thing doesn't, the button's not working on it. It seems really hard, so I don't know if maybe something's up with this. Might not be, but we usually eliminate that anyways. So I went ahead and cut the wire out of that. We went ahead and crimped that in. And yes, I got myself a fancy new crimper right there. Now, some of you guys were complaining or upset about me using a little bit of electrical tape. So I went ahead and got myself a nice crimper, and we got that thing crimped in nice and snug for y'all. Let's try to give her another crank now. Okay, so Ian just hit the key and I was under there and I felt it hum like the tiniest little bit. Like, not like your normal fuel pump prime would be. You know how it's more of a burp. This one was just like a, that was it, you know? And it just didn't feel strong. So I don't know, man. We'll change that thing out. AutoZone brought it. It was $50. We'll change it out And if that don't fix it, we'll just take it back out, clean it up, and tell AutoZone we never used it and send it back to them. Just kidding, I would never do that. Dude, this is a pretty slick looking car, man. I really like those rims on there. Let me get something. We're gonna take that hood off. Might as well go ahead and get this thing out of the way. And then we'll probably, I usually just flip this thing upside down over here on the floor, and I just start piling all the parts on top of it. That way when it's ready to pull over to the scrap pile, I can just hook to this front hook right here with the easy toe and just pull it like a damn sled all the way around there. All right, let's go ahead and raise it up a little bit, and I'll climb under there, and we'll drop that gas tank and take a look at that fuel pump. All right, let's roll under here and look at this fuel tank. I know how that comes out, man. They're all the same, pretty easy. We got a bolt up there at the top of this strap. And we got a bolt over there at the top of that strap. So we'll drop those out and we'll just lower that son gun down, pull out that fuel pump, swap it out, and see what happens. All right, I'm gonna lower it down a little bit and see what happens. I'm almost sure this thing said it had a dang full tank of gas too in it. Oh, okay, something popped free right there. Pouring gas out right now just from the tank. All right, let's take a little look. Let's see if we got any wires or anything pinching up. We've already disconnected the fuel lines. Obviously, that's why it's pouring all over the place. But got a plug up in here. Need to get out. Dang, what a bunch of freaking gas to be pouring out, man. That don't make no sense. That's just pouring out of the gas tank. Like it's like overflowed or something. Let me see if I can put a cap on that. Hell, I'm owe Michael damn $8 in gas by the end of this job. We'll see how that does. It slowed it down a little, but it didn't stop it. Now there's a plug up in there we gotta get out. Okay, now this thing's trying to give me a little bit of trouble. I have been working on it for all of yesterday and most of today. I've done most stuff off camera because it's a lot of boring stuff. But we have changed out, I changed out that fuel pump already and we got that back in. We changed out the fuel filter because this thing was gross. We changed out the cam position sensor and the crank position sensor. And yeah, right there's the fuel pump that was in it. That thing was disgusting. See that? Yeah, and this right here had like some chunky stuff coming out of it. And also this was the fuel filler neck that came out from inside the tank. That thing is rusty as heck, man. Look at that. Nasty. We're not going to put that back in there. All right. So with that being said, it's still no different. It still won't start. It won't, it'll crank over. You can crank, and it won't start. If I put a little bit of starting fluid or brake cleaner down in there, it'll fire right up and run for just a second until it burns that up, and then it shuts off. So I checked the fuel pressure regulator, and it might be bad. I pulled it out, and that thing is super nasty and junky. So I ordered a new one. It'll be in tomorrow. So we're not going to be able to fire that thing up today and see. Now, I know, Michael, you're thinking that you're going to be able to get out of that burnout, man. You're trying to save them new tires right there, but you're not getting out of that burnout, dude. We're going to keep pecking away at it a little bit today, and I think I'm going to pull off the trunk. We're going to take these doors off, pull out most of the interior, and I'm just going to keep on working at it today. I think we might cut at the pillars right there and maybe down right there and see if we can't get this whole top off. But either way, if we get this thing completely stripped out, I don't care if I got to put just the damn seat or a bucket in there on the frame. We're pulling this thing out and we're going to do a burnout back up to this shop in this car before we put that truck on top of it. But we're not going to be able to do that today because she won't start. All right, so I'm going to quit talking. I'm going to set up the camera and I'm just going to start tearing pieces off this car, get us a little pile over there, and waiting on that part to come in tomorrow. Shoo, it's cold as heck out here today, guys. I think it's supposed to be like 6 degrees tomorrow, so I'm saving the kerosene for tomorrow. Oh, don't fall, baby. All right, I think we got to get these plugs unplugged. All right, we're not going to need any of this stuff for his truck. And if this is your first time ripping one of these cars apart too, you don't need anything off this trunk stuff. And this is just something you want to keep up with, you know? I don't know if you want to run maybe. Nah, you won't need that either. You won't need nothing off this trunk, man. This is just something you're trying to rig up or something you want. You're going to need your taillights if you're doing the full chassis swap like we're doing on this one. So You're gonna need to keep your taillight wires and all that stuff. We're just gonna fish this plug down. We're not gonna need this stuff, but I don't wanna cut anything yet and cause electrical problems on other stuff. So just for the time being, we're gonna get all these wires and everything down and out of the way. Okay, so we got that disconnected from those. Try to fish this thing through. Okay, now we should be able to get this trunk off here. Oh, wow, wow. Yeah, that was crazy. Okay, whew. That scared the hell out of me. All right, we'll just flip this thing around over here, just like the hood, and we'll use it as a trash sled too. Man, that would have been fun to have a couple weeks ago when we got that snow here. We could have hooked that to the back of the golf cart and rode around. Well, this looks like a good rim. We'll probably hang on to this. The rest of this crap can go. And really the only thing I want to do back here, most of this stuff we don't have to tear apart any of this crap. We just want to get back to our wiring, to our tail lights. Get our tail light wiring out and get it ran all the way up. And we'll pull out that back seat. We'll work on the interior next. We'll get that out and we'll get all the wiring pulled up that we need and set it up front, because from the driver's seat back, we're going to cut the floorboard out and all that crap's just going to come off in one piece. All right, when we pull all this stuff back, you can see where your wires are exposed here. We're going to use this thing and just pull all these little clips out all the way back. This one is going to go to our tail light. We're going to have to take these off. I think they're 11 millimeter, so we can pull out this light and unplug that on both sides, and then we'll just trace that wire back. We don't need any of this other stuff. This right here was our inertia switch. Remember I said we had cut that and we eliminated that, but we're going to keep up with it. You don't want to delete that at all. We'll take that on back and pull it through. All right, we got this pulled back and we've made it back to this tail light here. I went ahead and pulled out this tail light. That was an 11 millimeter. If you guys need to know what size to get that out. And it leaves these three right here. Keep up with these. We're going to use one of these later on our truck whenever we hook back into the wiring. I'll show you guys that when we get to that point. But you want to just unplug this here. And this thing has a little rubber grommet. Just pop it through, pull this on through. And we're going to take this and set it over to the side. We're going to use this later when we get back to that point on the truck. But and also it'd be a good idea to go ahead and label this. You're going to have a bunch of wires laying around. You're going to want to know what the heck went where. So we're going to label this one. All right, we got that one labeled up. That way we know where it goes. We'll go ahead and fish this on back and go on to the next, go to the driver's side and undo it. Now you are going to have, there's our ground right here we're going to need to keep up with. And I guess we do need to pull this stuff out of the trunk because there's some wiring that goes down to that evap thing underneath the trunk area there, underneath the car, but we unplug it from up here. So I'm going to pull this stuff out and get it over here in our trash sleigh, and we'll continue on with this wiring. Whoa, did you see that thing pop out of there? We got an old school CD changer right here. Wonder what we got in there. Oh, nothing. Somebody took their CDs out. Dang, man, I was excited to maybe hear some old school jams. Huh. Well, that's cool. Michael, you want that thing under the seat of your truck? No, I'm just joking. I'm not doing that. We're going to get rid of that thing. Did I pull all those bolts out? Yeah. Oh, there we go. There we go. Oh, that one's already busted. Michael, I didn't do that, buddy. It's already busted. It's on camera. See, this one was already broken. You did that, man. It was like that before I got it. All right, we had to go under here and yank out this evap thing. We're probably just going to eliminate this anyways. We'll see. Most of the time, I don't run it on my vehicles, but we'll set it to the side just in case we figure out something with it later. But you don't have to have this. You will have a check engine light on, but you can get that programmed out. All right, now we can pull that wire on through the floor, and we'll just keep working our way around. All right, now there's going to be a lot of stuff that we're unplugging. Now, if this is your first time or you just want to be sure you don't mess up anything, you might want to label every single thing. But me, I kind of got a process. Mine is I'll label it if I need it. If I don't label it, I don't need it. Like this one's not going to have a label. It went to the CD changer. We're not going to need it. This one went to the driver's side tail light. We will need that. So I'm going to mark that one up. And this one went to the evap. So we marked that one just in case we decide to do something with that. I need a better marker. This one sucks. Oh, yeah, this one's right. It's a lot smoother. Smooth as eggs, as some would say. It's a classic saying. Okay. Golly, boy, I put a damn long one on that. I don't know why I made that so long. Okay, we've got these, and we've about made our way on up. All right, let's get some of this back stuff out. Guys, I wish I had that dang camera running all the time. We had a funny situation this morning. We were trying to get this thing started. My son came in here to help me. He was cranking the engine, and his buddy was just standing in here hanging out, and it backfired out of the throttle body and caught a big fire on the engine. We couldn't get it out for a few minutes, and that kid didn't think twice about it. As soon as it backfired and blew that fireball, he took off running out of the shop. It was so funny. Ian had to go get him and bring him back in and told him, it's all good. That happens all the time. That's a nice seat. All right, what size are these seat belt bolts? 18. It's an 18. That's what I thought. See if this will get that out. Yep. Oh, dang, Michael. Found some change in the seat, baby. It's mine. Finders keepers, buddy. I'm taking it. I'm picking it all up in here right now. A lot of my friends make fun of me because I pick up all change on the ground, even a penny. Free money is free money. And so I've been working on for a while. I've got it right here, a bucket of change that I found in cars. And one day I'm going to buy a car for free off of that change that I found in other cars. It might take a while. It might take me a while to get it, but I don't care if it's like this car. You know, I think he paid like $300 for this car. And I paid like $500 for the Mercury that I've got over around back. So even if it's something like that, eventually I'm going to get a free car out of that change. How's this dang seat come out of here now? Wow, what a cockroach. Look at this mug. Golly, that's a dang palmetto right there. Dang, man, you damn near smoke that son of a gun. All right, y'all see we got a lot accomplished. We went ahead and pulled out all that carpet. We're going to save that carpet because obviously we need the front half of it. And also I go ahead and save all these plastic trim pieces right here too, because we might end up having to use those to make it, well, we will end up having to use those to make it kind of blend in with the truck, you know, and look good. Possibly. I'm not 100% sure, but I like to save those pieces just in case we need, you know, that transition to the truck right there. I couldn't pull out all the wires because we still want to run this thing. We got some grounds going back here, and the fuel pump is still hooked up. We're going to need that to be hooked up so we can try to test start this thing tomorrow. So I'm not going to pull all that out just yet. I'm going to leave it dangling like that until at least till tomorrow so we can crank it up and see if that fuel pressure regulator fixed that. You see there, we've already cut across these pillars here. Yep. And so I think the time's come, man. We're about to probably bust out this window right here and cut it right there with the Sawzall here and over there and probably all the way across the bottom. That way we'll be able to pull this whole top half off. Looks like maybe a couple dang 13 millimeters and we can get this front door off too. All right, I got those two bottom bolts off, but we're actually going to leave that door on because I forgot we're not going to need any buttons in this door except for the power seat buttons are in this door. So we are going to have to pull off the panel, pull those power seat controls out and detangle those from all of those wires going into the door there, or else your seat's going to be stuck like either all the way forward or all the way back. So we're going to keep those put out to the side. We'll remount those somewhere. That way he'll be able to adjust his seats. But as far as the back door stuff right here, you can see, what did I do with it? What did I do with it? Oh yeah, here's the wiring that it came across this bundle right here and went in, and it came through this little thing to the back door. We don't need any of the stuff that goes to that. So for now, I just snipped everything that went to that and I taped them up individually. That way it doesn't spark anything and blow any fuses as we're doing stuff. And later on, we'll track these back and we'll either we either cap these or something like that. But we just got them cut off for now. And same thing on that side over there. The group that's going into the door, just snip all that crap, man. And if you're not worried about driving this thing later and hooking the battery back up, you can just go ahead and snip that and snip most of this stuff that I was taking my time to unclip, like the speakers and the third brake light and stuff like that. I took my time to unclip all that because we are going to be hooking the battery back up and trying to start and drive this thing later, and I don't want to pop any fuses. But if you're not going to be doing that, and you know you're just yanking everything out, you can just, like most of the time, well, when we don't have these right here, or actually if you're going to be putting a bench seat or something in yours and not using those power seats, then you don't need that. And you can just come right in there and just cut this big old group of wires right there and pull that whole damn door off there. Okay, now let's get to the fun part and bust out this dang window. Alrighty, I know this looks bad because it's a good windshield, but in some cultures, man, this is going to bring me 7 weeks of good luck doing this. Actually, I want to pop off these little plastic pillars there, right there. Why the heck did I say there, right there? Okay, so we're going to pop those out, and then also this little plastic piece that goes across the front of the dash. We're going to want that, and we are going to use that later. So we're going to pop that out real gently. Okay, and it looks like we got 2 plugs that go into this thing that go to like your little security flashing light. So make sure you guys unclip those before you yank that thing out of there. Okay, no wires running up that. I probably should have dropped that dashboard first, but I'm hoping I can try to start it tomorrow. Okay, we got that piece out of there now. Let's go ahead and get this window busted the rest of the way. Kathy, you want to come bust this window? No? It's fun. All right, we need to get rid of these windshield wipers. That's one way to get them off. Am I even cutting anything? Because it don't feel like it. All right, we got both of those pillars cut through now. I need to cut all the way across the glass like this, just to separate it from the car for now. All right, man, I'm not even sure what the heck's gonna happen. I'm gonna try to just put these arms under this and raise it up and see what happens. I've got most of the body mount bolts out. We've cut across the front pillar, across this pillar here. So I'm just gonna lift up on it, man, and see what the heck happens. Okay, I need to get these front doors open. All right, actually, I forgot. We still got to cut across the bottom of the floor. I haven't done that yet. I can't remember. It's been a long time since I've done Lincoln, the exact line that we need to cut. But man, I think it was on the back side of this hump. I'd rather do it too far and cut some back than be too short and have to add some, because that's exactly what I did to Lincoln. I thought I had it measured right and I cut along here. It ended up being too far back and I had to add like 6 inches in there to get it to go back. So for now, we're just probably going to cut just along this back line right there and go across there and then over the edge up to where I cut it, and we'll see what that does. Alrighty guys, let's cut this out. I'm going to use the plasma cutter on this because it's easy. So let's find a good spot, start cutting. Oh, my dang goggles are upside down. Okay, let's try again. Boom, just like that. We cut all the way across that side. That's why I use the plasma cutter, man. That thing cuts that stuff like butter, baby. Oh, my foot's on fire. Oh, my foot's on fire. Ah! Whew, that was hot. Sheesh, burnt the hell of a hole in my foot right there. Oh man, you see the scorched skin underneath it? Well, that's what happens when you don't wear steel-toed socks. Dude, this is so much easier now. Whenever I had Lincoln, I didn't have a plasma cutter, and I had to hand grind all this crap out, dude, and that really sucked. Whew. Need to open up that door. It's smoky like Cypress Hill concert. All right, yeah, we had to open that door. It's getting smoky as heck in here. All right, I think we need to, we've got it plasma cut all the way across, but now we kind of need to cut through here all the way so that that is separate from that. You don't want to hit your frame because it's right there. So we're going to kind of go sideways right here and just kind of work it and see what happens. Okay, we'll make sure we're not hitting that chassis under there. No, it feels good so far. Not a lot of room though between that and between the car and the chassis, so be careful. Didn't make it all the way through yet, but we're close. All right, I might have killed that blade this time. All right, I went ahead and cut through all of that. I'm pretty sure there's still a little bit of meat hanging in there that we're gonna have to trim off. But I think for the most part of it, we're just gonna lift it up and grab a hold of something. And then we'll go from there and see where she's gonna, see what it's gonna get hung on. All right, we might have to do some wiggling and jiggling here because I need to get this front arm inside there. So we'll roll it back until that one will fit in. All right, now let's roll her back some. Or go forward, I mean, is what we need to do. All right, we got those arms up in there. Look at that. So I guess we're just gonna try to raise it up and see what happens. Let's hit this button over here. And like I said, I'm sure it's gonna get caught up on something. We're just gonna give it a first little try just to see. All right, we've made contact. And you can see there, we've raised up. It's starting to pull up some right there in the front. Let's keep it going and see what happens. I can't tell if it's raising up or not. I think it's probably getting hung right there. Something popped there. I don't know what the heck that was. But yeah, she's still bound up on something. All right, she's raising up. You can see there, but I think we're still jammed up right there a little bit. And I've lost my dang flashlight somewhere in this process. I can't find that son of a gun nowhere. You can see on the front, we're coming up, baby. Look at that. Now, I believe she's going to come up, except for I think we're still getting caught there and maybe over there. So I'm going to hook up that Sawzall and see if we can't relieve a little bit of pressure on those spots. But I'd love to find my dang flashlight. All right, that other side looks to be free, but I think that this side still is caught up a little bit. All right, let's hit it with the saw a little bit. Let's try to raise it up one more time and see what happens. Oh, we're getting close, man. We're getting super close. Looks like we're getting hung somewhere in here. I'm scared. I'm going to set her back down. Now, I don't think that was it, but let's go again. Something's catching it right there, man. Let's look in here and see what we got going on. Oh, I see what's up. For one, the damn gas tank's coming up with it. We definitely need to detach that. All right, I'm about to wrap it up for the night, guys. Kathy called, said dinner is ready. So this is what we got going on for the evening. She looks like this. And we've got it binding somewhere, man. It's lifting the damn back wheels off the ground. But you can see she's clear in there. I don't know how good y'all can see. I don't want to put my hand in there because it might smash me. But I bet we've got a couple little something hanging up right in here. Getting really dang close. But that's going to wrap it up for the night, man. We'll jump back with you guys tomorrow. I'll be right back here with you guys again in the morning. And we'll figure out whatever the heck it takes to get that thing out and get that off there. All right, I went ahead and took it on up just to check underneath and make sure we've got everything cut nice. Let's see, you can see right there where she's cut all the way through. We were getting hung on this thing right here. Had to come underneath and hit that with the Sawzall on both sides right there. But other than that, man, I think we're clean and ready to go now. Let's bring it down, get it hooked back up, and try to raise it up again. Okay, we got that fuel pressure regulator in there, and no different. It didn't change anything, man. This thing still will not fire up. I don't know what the dang problem is. So we've changed out a lot of stuff, and I pulled the fuel rail off and exposed the injectors. And while we're cranking the car, they won't spray no fuel out. I doubt that all 8 of them got clogged at the exact same time. Like, not even one had just a tiny little bit of spray coming out. So I feel like something is preventing them from being able to fire off. Now I checked, and the injector does have 12 volts to one side. So I know that it's getting power to the injectors, but they're just not spraying. I don't know what the issue is, man. If you guys know, leave it in the comments. Help a brother out, man. I've been working on this damn thing for 3 days now. Can't figure it out. Anyway, let's step back now, and I think this thing might be ready to raise up. So let's get it a little crazy with it and see what happens. Dude, it is cold as heck out here in the shop today. It's like 1.5 degrees, I think, out here. All right, she's coming up pretty good now. I'm going to check and make sure we're not getting caught on any brake lines. We did have to detach the gas tank, you know, because the gas tank does strap to the car. So we've got that. And I know it's going to try to get caught on this bumper right here. But man, it looks like we're clear and good to go. I believe we can keep on taking it up. Let's go and see what happens. Yeah, I know this back end right here is getting caught up. Let's see. I bet we don't got enough. Let's lower it down and get a little bit more of this back here. All right, looks like we got a spring over here that's caught up to the emergency brake. Not anymore. All right, we're all good here. Yeah, we got a lot more weight in the rear end back here because of this whole trunk. Not a much weight up here, so this thing's kind of lifting it weird. We really need something to lift from back here. Okay, it looks like the gas tank's going to try to fall, so I'm going to reach in there and probably strap that thing up or something real quick. You guys watch this car. Don't let this thing fall on me. All right, we have got this thing in a very sketchy position right now. As you can see, we got success on getting this top part taken off and kind of out of the way. She's sitting very sketchy right now. So we're kind of in a weird position, man. The car is forward as far as we can go, and we need this to come down. We really needed to get the trailer in here and get that on the trailer, but what I think we're going to do probably tomorrow is lift this door, back the trailer in and get it under it right here, hook the winch to it and lower it down and drag it at the same time. See if we can't get that on there. But golly, look at there, man. That is sketchy as heck. We had to, the gas tank, well, that's where the gas tank was. It's up here now. We had to strap it up a couple different ways just for it to stay in place. Now, again, I know I'm doing extra stuff on this, guys, and it's only because I want to drive this damn car and I want to do a burnout in this car. So I've been taking my time. I haven't ripped none of the front end off yet. Usually I do this a way different process and it's a little bit quicker. I just get it all ripped off, but I'm trying to take my time and do some stuff because I want to do a burnout in this car kind of like it sits right here. And if we're lucky, man, I'd like to take this son of a gun through the drive-thru at Dairy Queen, maybe get an ice cream cone or something. That'd be funny as hell in this thing. So I have been taking my time and doing stuff a little extra on this. So we've left the gas tank still there. You can see I've got a strap hooked up to it and it's kind of just hooked here in the floor to keep it from falling backwards and falling out. And I've got a couple underneath holding it up. So it's kind of floating in place, kind of sketchy right now. But I think that's going to be it for the night. It's getting kind of late up there. You can see the clock. I feel pretty accomplished for the day. So we'll come in here tomorrow and we'll hook up with the trailer and drag that thing on out of here and we'll roll this back in place and check it out, man. That's gonna be kind of cool looking. I'm leaving the door on it, you know, so if we go cruising down the road to the Dairy Queen, we can roll the window up if it gets a little cold, because it is a little cold out right now still. So we'll be able to roll up that window, crank up the heat, man, and we'll be able to stay warm in there on our way to the Dairy Queen or McDonald's or wherever the heck we decide to, if we get a chance to drive this thing. I am trying so hard. I've been working extra, trying to get this thing fired up because I really want to go cruising in it like this. Haven't got to yet. Usually I just strip it down, bring the truck in, but I want to have a little bit of fun with this one if I can for a day or two. Alrighty guys, that's going to wrap it up for this video. We're starting to run into about the 35, 40 minute mark, and just don't want to get too boring and carry on a long episode. So I'm going to wrap it up with this one. You can see we got a lot accomplished in this video. Make sure you join us back on the next one where we're going to be dragging this thing off, and hopefully we get this thing fired up, man, and we take it for a little cruise around town just like this. And hopefully we don't get pulled over. And if you got a little extra jangalang in your pocket, head on over to the website, grab yourself a cool shirt like this one, get a cool sticker, maybe get some shock mounts for your truck, or if you're needing some air ride parts, head on over to airslamit.com. Make sure you use that coupon code RADFABS for 5% off your order. And if you like the video, hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up button. If you didn't, hit the thumbs up button anyways. Thanks for watching.